Child's pose, please. Rest your forehead on your mat and send your hips back towards your heels. And take a moment just to explore this shape. Find what feels the most comfortable, the most restful inside your body in this moment. Maybe if you find a shape but you feel inspired to move, maybe reach your hands back by your hips or draw your knees closer together. You make slight adjustments here and there. And slowly draw your focus a little bit more inward towards your breath. Take slow sips of air through your nostrils. And each exhale, release yourself a little closer to your mat by letting go of any tension you might be holding on to inside your body. You already did the hardest part of your practice by making it to your mat. So over this next hour, carry that compassion with you that you brought with you by making this choice to move and breathe in a way that you know is going to support you through the rest of your day. So throughout your practice, notice the times when you might feel a little bit more critical of your practice, judgmental of your emotions, or maybe of your experience on your mat. Each time that happens, try to coax your attention back to your breath. Maybe make a different choice by reminding yourself that by being on your mat, by breathing with intention, that is enough. Know that you can come back to this shape at any point throughout class if you feel a little bit overwhelmed or short of breath. We'll be using audible vibrational breaths to release heat and tension throughout this practice. So while we're here in this shape, in this stillness, we'll take one all together, slowly press out your air using an SH. Inhale, get full. Exhale, HA. One more time. Inhale, fill your lungs. Exhale, HM. Bring some awareness into your shape. You might begin rocking your forehead from side to side on your mat. Maybe you sway your hips. Slowly crawl your fingertips out long in front of you and walk your hands to the right side edge of your mat. You might choose to place your left hand on top, finding a slightly deeper stretch along left side. Feel for pressing your left hip towards the back wall, increasing sensation along left side ribs. Inhale fully where you are. Exhale, walk your hands to the left side of your mat, place your right hand on top. Draw your right hip down and back. So maybe your hip doesn't move at all, but it's about setting that intention of movement. Notice what sensations arise. Slowly fill your lungs. Exhale, crawl your hands back to the center of your mat. Hey Liz, will you flip your phone over because it keeps lighting up? Begin to walk your fingertips forward, lengthen through the sides of your body. Walk your fingertips so far forward that your forearms and wrists lift away from the mat. Tuck your toes underneath you, lift your hips high for your first downward facing dog. Once you're inside your down dog, move it around. There are no rules, no requirements of movement. So you can make your movement super fluid. Maybe you draw your weight forward, building a little bit more heat, finding your upper push-up plank to warm up your core. Maybe you begin to move really intuitively, just listening to your body. Slowly come back back to stillness inside your shape. Glance forward for a moment at your hands, bring them shoulder width distance apart. Spread your fingers wide, shove your mat forward and away, lift out of the base, the palms of your hands, and relax your head down completely towards your mat. Glance back towards your feet, bring your feet about hips width distance apart, that's about 4 to 6 inches. Maybe your heels touch down, maybe they don't. Let your heels disappear behind your ankles. And wrap your armpits towards your ears, finding a broadening through your upper back. Inhale your right leg up about halfway, parallel to the floor. Maybe lift your leg a little bit higher, but keep your hips level. Inhale your leg up, exhale, roll your hip open, bend your knee. And find some movement along your right side body. This is another moment of exploration. Your movement doesn't have to look anything like your conception of yoga. As long as you're moving and breathing, you are doing yoga. Inhale your right leg towards the ceiling. On your exhale, float your right foot back down to your mat and inhale left leg up. About halfway, flex your foot. Point your toes back towards your face. Inhale your leg higher, and on your exhale, roll your hip open and bend your knee. And think of this as a moment to experiment. So if I try this, what will happen? What will I feel inside my body? How will my breath change? Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, set your foot back down. Take a generous bend through your knees, look forward and walk your feet to the front of your mat. Let your head hang heavy and forward fold. You might soften through your knees slightly here, drawing your chest a little bit closer to your thighs. Maybe grab for opposite elbow and swing side to side, or interlace your fingers behind your back. Maybe you just stay still here, relaxing down, feeling the weight of your torso pulling you closer to the ground. Measure out hips width distance between your feet by placing 2 fists in between your arches. Inhale into your half lift by walking hands up to shins or thighs. Draw your shoulder blades towards one another, then send them down your back. Bring your weight forward into the balls of your feet. Inhale, reach the crown of your head forward. Exhale, forward fold, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Bring your arms up overhead, pause at the top. Close your eyes for a moment, draw your focus down to your feet, to your foundation. Maybe wiggle your toes, shift your weight back and forth, and then begin to settle, feeling your equilibrium. Send your tailbone towards the floor, lengthening through backside body, and hug your low belly up and in, shortening through your front side. Soften through your shoulders, but keep the length through elbows and fingertips. Maybe you can play around with bringing your arms out a little bit wider, creating more space for your shoulders. Inhale, look up, reach tall, maybe reach back. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back, pause inside your upper push-up plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Bring a slight bend to your elbows if your arms are hyperextended, hugging them in towards your midline. Yeah, that was good, Liz. Keep hips in line with shoulders, tuck your tailbone slightly, engaging the entire front side of your body. As you inhale, shove your mat away. Exhale, lower halfway, hug elbows to ribs. Inhale, upward dog, roll over your toes, draw your heart forward. Exhale, down dog, tuck your toes, lift your hips high. So those 4 postures make up what we call our flow. It's how we connect our sequences together, and from here on out, you'll take it on your own to your own breath. Moving a little bit more quickly now, soften through your knees, gaze forward, walk, hop, or float to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, rise up into your mountain pose. Take the paws out, so look up, maybe dare to reach back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release, step it back, travel through your flow. When you're back inside your downward facing dog, take this sequence 3 more times all on your own. Take out those long pauses so that every posture gets the entire length of one breath. And if you lose track of how many times you've passed this sequence, that's okay, I'll keep you on track. So rather than focusing a lot on that part of this practice, the sequence, just drop into how your body feels. And see where maybe you can send a little bit more breath inside your body. Using audible breath is a really helpful way to stay really present in the moment, really present inside your body. Finding a vibrational breath will draw your energy down from your head, all the way down your spine, into the lower half of your body. Once you're back inside your downward dog, feel for wrapping armpits towards ears, press your mat forward and away. Exhale, empty out your air. Inhale, expand. Exhale, HA. Inhale, reach your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale to step your right foot forward in between your hands and spiral your back heel down. Inhale, rise up into your warrior one. Exhale to arrive, sink low into your lunge, soften through your shoulders. Stack your right knee over your right ankle, press firmly through the outside edge of your left foot. Use that to lengthen through left leg and then coax your left hip forward. Hug low belly up and in. As you inhale, lift away from the base of your spine. Exhale, warrior two, open up wide. Hips and shoulders square off towards the left side of the room. Maybe adjust your stance a little bit longer or a little bit wider. Situate your torso between both feet. Press into both of your heels. Draw your right knee forward until it stacks over your right ankle. So you still want to be able to see your toes peeking out in front of your knee. And if your knee is swaying inward towards the left side of your mat, gently press it open. As you inhale, lengthen through your arms. Exhale your hands to the floor, step your right foot back and travel through your flow. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it to the front of your mat. Line toes up with your fingertips and glue your right heel to the floor. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Pause here, exhale your air out. Sink a little lower into your lunge. Press down through your front big toe, the outside edge of your left foot and your heels. Feel for pulling up on your inner arch, so keep that front leg really engaged. And feel for drawing your low belly and your torso away from your left thigh. Soften through shoulders. Inhale, lift towards the ceiling. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Once again, adjust your stance however feels most helpful for you. As you ground down through the lower half of your body, let your upper half feel a little bit more light and airy. Relax your shoulders down your back. Breathe into your low belly, your rib cage, behind your collarbones. Sink a little bit lower in your lunge here before we leave. Inhale to reach wide. Exhale, cartwheel your hands, step it back, travel through your floor. Once you're back in down dog, one breath, one movement. Take warrior one and warrior two all on your own. This is moving at your own pace. There is absolutely no rush or deadline to make it to the end of this sequence, but there's also never a need to linger for too long. Notice if your mind has drifted away from your mat. How can you draw your attention back? Both using your breath and also using these shapes. It's easy to sometimes go into autopilot in our practice when we've felt these shapes so many times, but what is new about these postures today inside your body? If you're back inside your downward facing dog, slowly exhale, empty out your air. Inhale to fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale to step your right foot forward in between your hands. Keep your left hand planted, back heel lifted. Inhale your right arm towards the ceiling. Take a gentle spinal twist, opening your chest up towards the right side of the room. Keep your left hip lifted up in line with your right hip. Let your right hip roll towards your mat so that your hips are level and the twist is coming from your spine. As you inhale, lean your chest back. Exhale, right hand to the floor. Step your left foot forward, forward fold. Let your head hang heavy for a moment. Take a breath. Inhale, half lift, find a long, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for chair pose, sit your hips low, reach your arms forward. Right away, draw your weight back into your heels, maybe sit just a little bit lower. Lift your upper body up. Yeah, keep your heart facing the front of the room. Maybe bring your arms a little bit wider so that your shoulders can relax more easily down your back. Most importantly, breathe where you are. Inhale, sit a little bit lower. Exhale, forward fold, let your head hang heavy. Take a beat here in your forward fold. Now listen carefully, you're gonna bend your knees a whole lot, bring your chest all the way down towards your thighs, then as you sit your hips low, reach your arms out in front of you for half chair. Draw your weight back into your heels, hug low belly up and in. You might gaze down at the space between your two big toes, or maybe you draw your gaze forward. Inhale, breathe into the sides of your torso. Exhale, release, forward fold, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Step your right foot back, keeping your back heel lifted, right hand planted on your mat. Inhale your left arm towards the ceiling. If it's accessible for your neck, you can bring your gaze upwards, or you can keep your gaze on the side wall, or maybe you look down towards the floor. Feel it out, see what feels like the least amount of strain on your neck. Lean left shoulder back. As you inhale, press your right hand away from the floor to lift even higher. Exhale, left hand down, step it back, travel through your flow. Inhale, reach your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale to step your right foot through in between your hands. Spiral your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Look forward towards the front of the room. Flip your right palm up towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and a little bit back. Check in with your front knee. Sometimes as we send our energy upwards, we lift out of our lunge. Stay low, stacking right knee over right ankle. You can place your left hand to support you on your left leg, or you can wrap it behind your low back and feel for the top of right thigh. Spiral right pinky in towards your gaze. Inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. Exhale, cartwheel your hands to the floor. Step it back, move Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Follow your breath into your warrior two left side, and then pause there for a moment. Look forward, flip your left palm up. Inhale to reach. Exhale, reverse your warrior up and back. Find that deep side body stretch through your left side rib so that you're creating as much space as you can from your left hip to your lowest left rib. Square your shoulders off by drawing your right shoulder back, left armpit forward. Inhale, reach up and back. Exhale, release. Step your left foot back and travel through your flow. Once you're back in downward facing dog, one breath, one movement. This will be the final one breath, one movement in this sequence, this class. Try to make every move super intentional. That might mean slowing down more than you usually do on your mat. Get so present inside your body. This vessel of bones, muscles, ligaments, and tendons that holds you up all day long. So easy to become so out of tune with how we're feeling. Take this as your opportunity. Give yourself this entire hour where no one else, nothing else is drawing your focus away. Back and down dog. Press your hips up and back. Hug low belly up and in. Exhale, get so empty. Inhale, fill back up. Exhale, HA. Soften through your knees, look forward, walk, hop, or float to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Heel toe your feet together until your legs are zipped up in one line. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, thunderbolt, sink your hips low, press your palms together. Just like in chair pose, shift your weight back into your heels, hug low belly up and in. And soften through your shoulders. If it feels really challenging to draw your shoulders down your back, lower your hands slightly in front of your gaze. Keep your hands really engaged, pressing every finger, every knuckle towards one another on both hands. Inhale, draw your heart up towards the front of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Take a breath. Bend through your knees, drawing your chest down towards your thighs. This time, bring your hands back by your hips, palms face down. Sit your hips down and back. Lengthen the crown of your head forward as you send your sit bones back, really lengthening through your spine. If you would like to make this more of a challenge, you can lift your heels away from the mat. Press knees and inner thighs together. Take a breath wherever you are, and on your exhale, release into your forward fold. Lower heels down to the mat. Let your entire upper body spill forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, travel through your flow. Inhale your right leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Find your way into your warrior two right side. Take the bend out of your front knee, so there's one line of energy running from your right hip to your right ankle. You might walk your back foot in a little bit, taking a slightly shorter stance. On your inhale, reach your right arm forward, send your hips towards the back of the room. Exhale, triangle pose, right hand down, left arm up. Press your right hip forward as you draw left hip back, so that you're pressing your pelvis towards the side of the room, as if you could stack one hip directly over the other. Look up towards the ceiling. Rather than dropping your weight into your right wrist, right shoulder, stay really lifted, hugging low belly up and in. One more inhale. Exhale, lower left hand down to frame your right foot with each hand. Step your back foot in as much as you need to get your back heel planted, and square hips off by pointing your toes forward. Bring left hip forward, right hip back. Relax your torso over your front thigh. And it's okay to keep a slight bend in your front knee. This is a really deep hamstring stretch. You can also place blocks underneath your hands. Try to relax completely as much as you can so that gravity can pull you deeper into the stretch. On your next inhale, tent up onto your fingertips. Find a mini half lift. Exhale, plant your left hand down. Inhale your right arm towards the ceiling, revolving your triangle pose. Keep hips level, rotating right hip down, draw left hip up. Lean your chest back, stack right wrist over right shoulder. One more inhale to reach tall. Exhale, plant your right hand down, step your feet back, and travel through your flow. Once you're back inside your downward facing dog, begin to find your way into your warrior two left side. Straighten all the way through your front leg. Maybe step your back foot in a little bit more. Inhale, reach forward, find length. Exhale to release down, triangle pose. Bring your left hand to your left ankle or shin or thigh even. If you have a little bit more openness in your hamstrings, you might grab onto your big toe. Roll your right shoulder, right hip back. Inhale, lift towards the ceiling. Exhale, pyramid pose. Lower right hand down. Frame your right foot. Take a shorter stance, walking 6 to 8 inches in. You might widen your stance for a little bit more stability as well by walking your left foot a couple of inches to the left. Soften the muscles behind your head and your neck. See where you can get a little bit more expansive with your breath in this moment. Anywhere you might be clenching or holding on to, and then exhale to release it. Inhale, mini half lift. Exhale, plant your right hand down. Inhale your left arm towards the ceiling, revolve triangle. Press your right hip forward, draw your left hip towards the back of the room. Actively press away from the floor to lift even higher. Maybe bring your gaze upwards. Inhale to twist deeper. Exhale, lower left hand down. Step your left foot back. Travel through your flow. Exhale all your air out. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, HA. Inhale your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Spiral your back heel down and pause here for a moment. Tent up onto your fingertips. Inhale, power lunge. Bring your chest up to about a 45-degree angle from the floor. Bring your hands back by your hips, palms face down. Send your shoulder blades down your back. Bring your pinkies a little bit closer together, engaging all the muscles in your back. Begin to shift your weight forward into your front foot and press off your left foot onto your right standing leg for airplane pose. It doesn't matter how high your leg is, use your leg as a lever to press your chest forward. So rather than dropping chest down towards the floor, keep your heart lifted, shoulders rolling down your back. Level off your hips by rotating left hip down. It doesn't matter if you point or flex your left foot. If you feel stable, you might bring your arms out to the side to heart center or forward for warrior three so that your biceps frame your ears. It's okay to wobble, it's okay to fall. This is a balanced posture. It's part of the process. One more inhale. Exhale, hands down, keep left leg lifted, standing split. You can create a stable tripod base by walking your hands a little closer from your right leg. Maybe you challenge yourself by walking your hands back towards your right ankle, and you can use that leverage to pull your chest towards your thigh. Keep left leg lifted, left hips level. Inhale, raise your leg a little bit higher if you can. And on your exhale, forward fold. Lower left foot down, bend through your knees a little bit or a whole lot. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, move through your flow. Inhale, draw your left leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step it forward. Rotate your back heel down. Pause here for a moment. Stack left knee over left ankle. Tent up onto your fingertips. Engage the muscles in your low belly. Inhale, power lunge, chest up, hands back by your hips. Draw your belly button away from your front thigh. Keep your gaze in front of your left big toe or the top edge of your mat. Begin to press your weight forward into your left foot and launch off your right leg into airplane pose. Create one line of energy from your right heel through the top of your head. Level off your hips, rotate right hip towards the mat and lengthen all the way through the back of your leg. Press down through your left big toe mound, straighten through left leg if you can to find a little bit more stability through your standing leg. Use your breath here, maybe bring your arms out to the side or forward for warrior 3. Feel for really lengthening towards opposite ends of the room. One more big breath. Exhale, hands down, standing split. Straighten through right leg, keep your hips square. Maybe your leg doesn't lift quite as high as you'd like it to, that's okay. Over time, it'll get even higher. Use your breath, point your toes towards the back of the room. Inhale, lift your leg up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step it back, move through your flow. Soften through your knees, walk, hop, or float to the front edge of your mat. Zip your legs up in one line so that your heels, toes, and knees are touching. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, thunderbolt, hips low, palms press. Dare yourself to sit a little bit deeper this time. Bring your hands down to heart center, elbows in one line. Inhale, roll your shoulders down your back. Exhale, lean forward, twist open towards the right side of the room. Hook left elbow on the outside of right thigh. Maybe even bring left armpit towards your right knee, giving yourself a little bit more leverage to twist. Find length along left side ribs. Reach the crown of your head forward. If you would like to fly away, reach your right arm up, left arm down. To bind, you might wrap your top arm behind your low back and reach your bottom arm underneath your thighs. Not a requirement, just something to try on. One more inhale to twist. Exhale, come back to center but stay low. Keep your palms pressed at heart center. Inhale, lift your chest up. Exhale, hinge forward, twist towards the left side of the room this time. Hook your right elbow on the outside of left thigh and use this as your leverage to press yourself deeper into the twist. Use left hand to press your hands towards your sternum. Maybe you fly away and bind, maybe you don't. It doesn't have to mirror the option you took on the other side. Wherever you are, inhale fully. Exhale, come back to center. Stay low for just a moment longer. Inhale, draw your chest up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, release. Step it back, move through your flow. Inhale your right leg high towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted and walk your right foot a couple of inches to the right just to widen your stance. This will help with balance. Inhale, rise up into your high lunge, arms up, sink low into your lunge, stacking right knee over right ankle. Feel for drawing your inner thighs towards one another as if they could hug your midline. Draw your low belly up and in, soften through your shoulders. As you inhale, reach tall towards the ceiling. Exhale, open arm twist. Bring your left arm forward, right arm back. This is a bit of a balance challenge. Stay rooted through your right big toe. Sometimes your right hip wants to bump out to the side. Keep it tucked underneath you, drawing your left hip back so your hips are in one line. If you want to challenge your balance, look back towards the back of the room. Inhale to twist a little bit deeper. On your exhale, lower left hand down, reach your right arm tall towards the ceiling. Now listen carefully. In one swift movement, roll onto the outside edge of your left foot, slide right foot back, side plank. You can lower your bottom knee down for a little bit more support, or like Liz here, maybe you float your right foot away from the floor to create a little extra challenge. The breath is the most important thing here, so find a shape that feels sustainable. Hold here for one more inhale. Exhale, upper push-up plank, travel through your flow. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Take a slightly wider stance once your left foot reaches the top of your mat. Keep your right heel lifted. Inhale into your high lunge. Soften through shoulders. Press your right heel towards the front of the room until it stacks over the ball of your right foot. Inhale, lift away from the base of your spine. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back. Let's draw right hip back a little bit more. Yes, exactly. Keep the twist in your spine rather than your hips, so if you notice right hip coming forward, bring it back in space without losing your lunge. Maybe you bring your gaze towards your left hand or the back wall. Take a breath wherever you are. Exhale, right hand down, left arm towards the ceiling, and in one swift movement, roll onto the outside edge of your right foot, slide left foot back, side plank. Press your right hip away from the mat. Stay lifted out of your bottom wrist and shoulder by actively pressing away from the floor. Hug your navel up and in. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down, travel through your flow. Exhale your air out. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Inhale your right leg towards the ceiling. Exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Walk your right foot a couple of inches towards the right side of your mat and bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Lower down onto your left knee and untuck left toes. Send your hips forward for lizard pose. Let gravity begin to take over. This is a deep, deep hip stretch. If you want to go a little bit further, lower down onto your forearms. Either way though, let your head relax. The more tension we release, the more gravity can do its work. Notice if you have the urge to fidget or adjust inside this posture as a result to maybe the thoughts coming into your mind now that you're in this stillness, or maybe as a response to any of these physical sensations that are happening in your body. Try to hold on to this stillness, come back to your breath, find that inner stillness. Because once you can find that here on your mat, it becomes even more accessible in your daily life as well. Slowly press out your air. Inhale, send your breath to fill your hips. Exhale, HM. Begin to walk your hands up underneath your shoulders and heel toe your right foot towards the left side of your mat. Let your right knee fall towards the floor for half pigeon. Square your hips off for a moment. Draw left hip forward. Reach the crown of your head tall to find length through your spine. And as you're ready, gently begin to release your torso down to your mat. Find somewhere to rest your forehead. So if it doesn't quite make it to the floor, you can create a pillow for yourself using your arms, a block, an actual pillow or blanket. Again, this is just about releasing that tension so gravity can do its work. What does it feel like just to be here in this moment? There's nowhere else you need to be right now, nothing else you need to be doing. Slowly exhale all your air out. Inhale, get so full. Exhale, HM. And take 3 more complete breaths before pressing yourself out of your half pigeon. Once you begin to find your way out of half pigeon, you'll make your way back to down dog, either traveling through your flow or maybe heading straight there. And in your time, as you're ready, find your way into your, or actually inhale your left leg tall, exhale, step it forward. We're gonna take a wider stance, so walk left foot to the left side of your mat, walk left hand to the inside of your left foot, and lower back knee down, untucking your toes. Lizard pose. Once again, you can keep your hands placed underneath your shoulders. Maybe you find a little bit more length in your spine that way. Or maybe you lower down onto your forearms. And if you notice that your knee is really bowing out to the side, that's okay. Just let your foot go with it, so that your knee and your ankle stay in one line. Use every exhale as another opportunity to find a little bit more softness inside your body. Wherever you are inside of your breath cycle, exhale, empty out your lungs. Inhale, breathe to fill the space in your hips. Exhale, HM. If you're on your forearms, begin to walk your hands up underneath your shoulders, heel toe left foot to the right side of your mat, half pigeon. Once again, before you lower down, tent up onto your fingertips. Square hips off, drawing right hip forward. Check in with your back leg that your right foot is in line with your right hip. Then slowly lower down. Rest your forehead wherever feels sustainable for you. It's possible you might notice a little bit more tightness or soreness on one side, the right or the left. Get in tune with those different sensations without really needing to label them or criticize them. They don't really mean anything. It's just more information for our practice. Sometimes because of this really deep hip opener, our breath can begin to get a little more shallow, especially as this position is a little bit more closed off with the front side of our body facing the floor. Maybe you try to send your next inhale all the way down to your right big toe. Exhale all your air out. Inhale, balloon your left hip. Exhale, HM. Take 3 honest breath cycles before finding your way out of your half pigeon. We will meet up in downward facing dog. This is your last opportunity to flow, so maybe you take a flow, maybe not. Either choice is completely valid. And once you do find yourself back in your downward facing dog, make it fluid. Lots of motion, feeling through the shape. Bring your weight forward into an upper push-up plank. Pause here for a moment. Inhale to press your mat away. Exhale, lower down slowly for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your mat completely. Bring your arms in front of you, shoulder width distance apart, so that your palms are facing one another. Bring your chin to the center of your mat and zip your legs up behind you so that your toes and heels are connected. Press out your air, press your hips into the floor at the same time. And on your inhale, rise up into your super yogi, chest up, legs up. Keep your inner thighs working by rotating them up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your glutes and look up to lift even higher. As you inhale, peel one more rib away from the floor. Exhale, lower down. Bring your left ear to your mat so that you're looking towards the right side of the room. Maybe you close your eyes. Rest your hands by your hips, palms face up. Let your heels still open. There's a moment just to reconnect with your breath. Feel a little bit of release and relaxation. And one more time, bring your chin out to the center of your mat. Reach your arms in front of you. Palms face one another and zip your legs up in one line. Anchor your hip bones into the floor. Inhale, super yogi, chest up, legs up. And if your feet came apart, try to draw your heels back together. Reach your heart forward, point your toes towards the back of the room. Inhale, lift a little bit higher. Exhale, release, right ear down, hands back by your hips. Let your heels spill open. Take deep belly breaths. Bring your hands up underneath your shoulders and press yourself up until you're standing on your knees. Bring your knees about hips width distance or maybe a little bit wider. Bring your hands to your lower back so that your fingers are all pointing towards the floor. Roll one shoulder back at a time. Press hips forward over top your knees. Inhale to lift through your chest. Release your head back. Camel pose. Keep your eyes open here. Lips sealed so that you're breathing through your nostrils. And you're in your camel pose already. If you have more to go, trace a line along the ceiling towards the back wall. And once you can see the back wall, you can lower your hands down towards your heels or your ankles. This isn't to support your weight, it's just to complete this circuit. As you inhale, lift through your heart. Exhale, slowly come back up. Head reaches the top last. Sit your hips onto your heels. Or maybe sit cross-legged. And rest your hands wherever you'd like. Hands pressed at heart center, over your heart, or on your thighs. Let your eyelids get really heavy. Find one long spine by stacking shoulders over your hips. Bring a slight tuck to your chin, keeping the length along the sides of your neck. And just breathe, there's nothing more to do. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself, for finding your way to your mat today, for whatever obstacles maybe found their way to you to make it here. I know for myself, especially when I'm practicing at home, sometimes that's just the biggest obstacle. The fact that you're here right now, breathing, sitting, is enough. Exhale slowly, get so empty. And then slowly inhale, fill your lungs back up. Hold your breath at the top of your inhale for just a few seconds. Exhale, let it go. Flutter your eyes open, blink a couple of times. Sit your hips to one side, extend your legs long in front of you, and walk your hips back until you feel your sit bones pressing into the floor. Bring your feet together to touch. Flex your toes towards your face, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, seated forward fold. Grab for your toes, ankles, or shins. Relax your head down, round through your spine. Feel a release into that space between your torso and your thighs. There's no need to force this stretch by pulling yourself deeper past what feels sustainable or comfortable, even though I know the shape might not feel comfortable by definition. But listen to your edges. Feel them out throughout your practice. There's no need to force or jam anything. One last inhale here inside this shape. On your exhale, slowly begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bring your hips forward to the center of your mat. We're going to end class with a little bit of core work. So bring your shins up parallel to the floor, press your palms together. If you feel like you need a little more support, touch your toes down to your mat. If you have the length in your hamstrings and you want to challenge yourself further, straighten all the way through both legs. Inhale, lift through your chest. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep your hands lifted in front of your gaze. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Come back to center. Open up your palms wide. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover over your mat. Now using your core rather than momentum. Inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover. One last time, inhale, knees to chest. Exhale, lower, lengthen, and hover for 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your mat, but don't quite relax yet. Bring your arms behind your head. Interlace your fingers at the base of your skull. Draw your knees in towards your chest. We're going to move into bicycle crunches. You're going to bring opposite elbow to knee at your own pace for a count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down to your mat. Bring your arms up overhead. Find a long stretch. Take an inhale. Exhale. Draw your knees back in towards your chest. Hug them in. Maybe rock side to side or make little circles. Press the soles of your feet together. Butterfly, your knees open wide. Supine butterfly. You might use your forearms or elbows to press your knees open a little bit wider. Maybe create a little resistance inside this stretch. When you're ready, open up to happy baby. Bring your ankles Maybe you grab your big toes or the outside edges of your feet. You can rock side to side or straighten through one leg and then the other. Maybe take a flutter of the lips. Or lion's breath, eyes open, tongue out. This can be some really silly breaths. If you're practicing at home, give them a shot. Especially if you're alone, no one else is around. Nothing to lose. And slowly as you're ready, begin to release your legs out long in front of you. Bring your hands down by your hips. If you would like to find an early Shavasana, it's there for you. I'm also going to talk you through shoulder stand and plow pose, so that's an option as well. For shoulder stand, rock your hips back in a reverse somersault. Catch your low back with your hands and extend your legs straight up towards the ceiling so that your ankles stack over your hips. Point your toes towards the ceiling and draw your gaze up your midline towards your two big toes. And maybe you walk your elbows a little closer together, giving you a little bit more leverage. For your plow pose, begin to release your toes down to the floor over top your head. And keep your gaze directly upwards, or maybe bring your gaze towards your navel. If your toes touch down, you might lower your hands to the floor, pressing your palms into your mat, or maybe interlace your fingers together. And you have about 3 to 5 more breath cycles inside this pose, if you're there. And over your own time, gently find your way out of it, lowering down one vertebrae at a time. Extend your legs long. Rest your hands either by your hips, palms face up, or somewhere on your body that feels comfortable. You might walk your shoulder blades together to create more of a shelf for your heart, or bring a slight tuck to your chin to lengthen through your spine. And close your eyes. There's a lot of light where you're practicing. Sometimes it's nice to take a towel or a t-shirt, place it over your eyelids. There's nothing more to focus on, not even your breath. Let everything relax and soften. Thank you so much for your practice. We're so grateful to still have a means to keep our community together in this time. And we feel that it's most important that you just continue to make it to your mat, regardless of whether you can donate or not. But if you are in a position to donate, we are accepting donations through Venmo. It's at YTTPAZ. They're incredibly helpful in this time. We're a donation-based yoga studio 365 days a year. So this time is very important to us. So thank you if you can give for what you can give. I'm going to end class tonight with a quote and a ringing of our singing bowl. As always, once the singing bowl is done ringing, you may get up from Shavasana. But also give yourself permission to linger. Maybe that's what your mind and body truly needs. Today I'm going to share a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Finish each day and be done with it. You have done what you could. Some blunders and absurdities no doubt crept in. Forget them as soon as you can. Tomorrow is a new day. You shall begin it serenely and with too high a spirit to be encumbered with your old nonsense. So one last time during this class, exhale all your air out. Inhale, fill up. Exhale. exhale,